Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning. Eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning. Eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned or what we have stopped is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
The Senior Citizens Grant under the Social Assistance Grants for Empowerment SAGE program is Uganda's social protection flagship program, providing regular, predictable, and reliable direct income support to older persons. Since inception in 2010, the SAGE program has positively impacted beneficiaries' livelihoods, contributing to the overall national socio-economic transformation. The government of Uganda has continued to fulfill its commitment to the expansion and sustainability of the SAGE program, ensuring income security, dignity, and improved basic standard of living for older persons in all local governments across the country.
I am called Odong Martin. I am 70 years old. I come from Naitakwai Parish, Nadunget Sub-County. This village is called Katanga. I knew about this SAGE money I don't remember very well the year, I think around 2013-14 is when I heard about this SAGE program. We were gathered at Katanga village as the elders. They say they need elders from 60 years.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
A lovely morning to you, and thank you so much for having woken up with us from 6:30 and being with us till the extra. That is an extension of Good Morning Uganda. Now, I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonitono. That is in case you've just joined us. But if you've been with us all through, yes, we open up the show. And this morning, I'm delighted to have a man who is very unique in many ways. Let me begin with that. The guest I'm going to be introducing to you, or my guest today, is one unique person that I've observed over time. First, he is a professor. And he's broken tradition in many ways. He will explain to me why he's doing so, though it is for the positiveness. He's a professor, very accessible, a vice chancellor, who one time somebody asked me, but why is he very different from the other vice chancellors? He's accessible. You'll find him even in sports. You'll find him in entertainment. You know, he won't miss these shows. He will be very supportive of talent. He was asking me, Robert, his breed don't behave that way. But also is unique in another way, that he so much pushes for education reforms and also seeing what we call competency-based education. In fact, I think I've seen him and Fajil Mande, people that have come out so much, even before the ministry moved in that direction, to say we need a competency-based education system. But on the other side, he loves technology and gadgets. Even today he's come with something unique in studios. Now I don't know what this is, but I know he will explain to me later, maybe offset. He loves technology, and I call him the professor of AI, artificial intelligence. Join me, welcome Professor Lawrence Muganga, doctor, who is the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. You're most welcome.
Robert, good morning. Thank you very much for those kind words. Viewers, good morning. Thank you always to tune in to hear and see maybe what we may have to share with you. It's very, very important. This is our country. We need to selflessly serve it because that's the only country we have. And everyone, wherever you are, in your own capacity, always say country first, and the rest can follow if you have to prioritize your country. So, yeah, so thank you for bringing me here in the studios of UBC Morning Extra. Yes, you talked about professors, but I don't think titles make the man or the woman. I want to believe that everyone was created with some innate potential and some works that were given to you by God, and you just have to harness them by exposing yourself to different environment and spaces, to nurture them, grow them, and once you have really achieved something you can share with the world, please share it with the world and change this world. So if we get many people who think like that, not thinking about titles, no, all of us were born, we are not special, at some point we are kids. I was someone's son, and may God really keep them on his right hand all the time, because they have both rested. But they would have always, I'm sure even where they are, they are happy to see their son living their values, because we have to live the values of loving everyone, respecting everyone, bringing everyone together if you can, sharing the little you have, even if it is knowledge or experience or exposure, share it with everyone, even materials where you can share. Don't be greedy, don't wish anyone bad. So that's how I want to live my life. I want to meet a child and we talk. I want to meet a senior citizen and we talk. I want to meet a youth and we talk. And I try to empathize with them, step in their shoes and understand where they are. They have their own worldview. I have my own worldview. If we bring our worldviews together, we can create something great. So that's the world I want to live in, and that's everything. I walk my life like that. So you'll find me at Victoria University. By the way, I bring you greetings from Victoria University. And it's very, very important that you get closer to your students. If you want to be a leader, be closer to the people you're leading. Work with them. Don't command them, work with them.
Which is rare of vice chancellors.
Yes, work with them, walk the journey together, develop each other, all right? You need their help. While much as they also need your help, you need their help. You can learn from anyone. It doesn't matter whether they went to school, they didn't go to school, they went to school halfway. There is always something different and unique and important that you can learn from these people. So we are better together. We are better loving one another. We are better teaching each other, or being ready to learn from another person. Yes.
Now, Professor, today we want to look at Uganda's education evolution, 2 years of the competence-based curriculum. Now, you've always advocated and talked about competency-based curriculum. Even before we had the ministry pass that. Briefly, tell us what exactly should a competency-based curriculum look like, even before we go into what we have.
So, let's put it this way. And I know so many parents have struggled to understand what this is. Now, a competence-based curriculum is one thing that cares about to see learners learn by doing, okay? Not by cramming, okay? So basically ask them to add value to their society. So in other words, whatever they are learning, they have to involve their hands. The heart is feeling that empathy for it, and even the brain is taking something out of what they're doing, which is different from what we used to do. You get a book, for example, if it is a book, you read something, you feed your brain, and then they give you an exam, you reproduce what you have read, okay? So, but there are important factors in a competence-based education approach. One, that we care about mastery. So in other words, you will learn something, but you have to master it. Okay? Now, keyword, I want you to note, mastery. Now, after you master that, so we have to test you to see if you have actually mastered it. So you have to demonstrate competencies. When you master something, then there are some abilities you have. You have to demonstrate competencies. The skills you have acquired. Okay, the knowledge you have acquired, demonstrate it. So you have to show that here is something, I can do it. If it's a project, yes, I've learned about it, I have researched, I have consulted, and I've started doing something, I have a prototype, and here it is, I can do it. So you demonstrate your competencies. They can come in form of skills, in form of experience, in form of knowledge, but you demonstrate that. Now I've given you keywords, mastery, demonstration, then we also have competencies, okay? But there is something important. The competence-based education, or that very curriculum, it is going to care about learning more than time. Okay?
Please explain that better.
Exactly. Previously, the curriculum we had cares about time. That once you enter primary one, after 3 terms, you must be done. So, and at the end of the 3 terms, we are going to give you an exam. And all of you, the exam will last 2 hours. And after 2 hours, everyone is expected to pass. You understand? Even if you, for example, let's take it to a level parents are used to, primary 7. So you start primary 1, by P7, 7 years, you have a national exam, PLE. And all of you, in 2 hours, each exam subject, you must pass it, because all of we assume you have learned the same things. Yes. You have been taught by the same teacher. You read the same books. So you must pass the same and within the same time. But that defies humanity. That's not how we are. We are not created like that. No, we are very, very different. That's why you find very, very tall people, very short people, very average people, and or you find people that when you throw them something, they are going to develop a line up of ideas very fast in the shortest time possible. So even learning is like this. Like that very example I'm giving you. Some kids can learn faster than others. So now, in this case, in competence-based education, so we now prioritize learning. Have you learned something? Can you master it? Can you demonstrate your abilities or competencies? All right? We don't have to care about time. So learning is constant. It is the value we are looking for. Time is variable, because you can take your time, I'll take my time, another person will take their time. So now, let's now go into a situation how they have been grading it, and parents really don't understand. They used to have aggregate 4, okay, and I mean like a D1 in case of senior 4, for example. They used to have a D1, and people were craving for 9 in 9 or 8 in 9. This time they are seeing an A, okay, they are seeing a B. And A is exceptional, B is outstanding, and they are wondering, okay, what is the difference between A and B? So let me tell you. So, and then you have a D that is basic, And that means that you have an E, where now that person still needs something. But let's try to explain an A in a competence-based curriculum, right? Just imagine someone was asked this question. All of you, we have a project, okay? We have a project to, we have given students each a project of making sure their home is clean, all right? So the viewers really who are watching us this morning, here is how you're going to understand these assessments. If a child was given a project to clean their home, their house. Now you may have like 4 kids. One child is going to make sure that the house is clean, inside out, the beds are made, the cups and plates are washed, and they are clean. And we'll go an extra mile to go to the compound. They will clean it. And then sweep it and very, very sparkling clean. Then they'll even look around and say, but there is a bush around our house, beyond the courtyard. The bush can bring mosquitoes. So now they are beginning to be creative. They will slash the bush to avoid future mosquitoes. They will even say there is water that is lagging somewhere. They need to clear it and dry that very water. So that is another level of creativity. So they are innovative. They even say, but the path coming to our home, if they are in the village, is bushy. They will slash it. And then they will start thinking that, but when people are at home, sometimes they need to have at least something to eat. Like then they will grow some sugar canes on the garden. Then they will say, but when my parents come back home, they need to have maybe a cup of tea. Then they will prepare a cup of tea. Now that child went beyond what they asked them to clean the home. They started being proactive, innovative, creative. Now that is where that student is given an A, and it's called exceptional. The competence grade A. Then the B the B person outstanding will also clean the home and do other few things beyond the task. Then the C, the satisfactory, will do what they asked them to do, plus one other thing maybe. Then the basic one will clean the house and make the bed, but maybe they may not wash the plates and what, but that's basic, and they will still continue. So in other words, the curriculum is looking at how students can do something with their hands, can practically, what can you do even if you dropped out of school? Can you still survive?
Rather than saying a P7 dropout can barely do anything.
Exactly. So now that is the competence-based curriculum.
Now, Professor Muganga, it is now the second court we've moved with this curriculum. We want to look at the wins in your assessment as a person who is so passionate about Uganda's
very, very important. I have always said this, and when I come in front of your cameras and in your studios here at UBC, I come as the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University and a responsible Ugandan who wishes Uganda the best and who tries to see things objectively. I don't speak for government, and I'm not a government spokesperson, but I want to tell you this. To begin there, answering the question you asked me, I want to say this. If there is anything amazing, if there is anything great within the education sector that government has done, was to introduce the competence-based education curriculum. You hate this government, you love it, you are moderate, you are somewhere. Education is non-partisan. We should not even be, we should not wear different colors about education. So, but this curriculum is going to transform, is going to turn things upside down. It's going to move forward. We just need to nurture it, we need to feed it, we need to uplift it, we need to support it. we need to avail resources, we need to avail everything required for us to do what? To move forward. You know what I mean? Now, having said that, what have we, and you'll ask me, why am I saying what I'm saying? Here is why I'm saying what I'm saying. If you look at 2024, okay? The number of candidates that sat senior 4 were about 350 something, thereabout, okay? 350,000. Now, compare that number to this year's number, the results that were released. Those numbers have grown to 400, almost 440,000. So an increment of almost 100,000. Okay? So that means we are and a pass rate of 99 point something %. In the history of O level, we have a pass rate of 99, almost 100%. That means the notion that when you administer a national exam to the kids of this country, some a significant number is going to be considered failures, that is gone. Okay? 99 point almost 5 passed, at least to have a certificate to move forward. So now you have removed that stigma that one's child is a failure, because you can't fail at that age. No, you don't declare yourself a failure at 17, at 14, at 15. No, you cannot be a failure at 12, at 13. So it is the system that is failing to understand. Now this CBE, this system is beginning to understand the Ugandan child, and now is moving them forward. And if you want a productive nation, if you want a nation where productivity can give you the 10-fold growth you're looking at by 2040, then you need an educated human capital. So, and now CBE is bringing that. So if we saw a 99 point something, don't be surprised next time when we have 99.8% or 99.9%. So now also notice this pattern, that a school in Castles, for example, in Bukoto East constituency, that is, you go beyond Masaka, you go Naluzali, Chida Naluzali, and you go down there, Buunga, that side. A school there also passed, the kids there passed. So in other words, every village, their school is having kids who are passing now. Because of the competency-based curriculum. Yes, because now they can demonstrate something. And now you don't have to judge them by simply remembering things. Judge them by a project they can do and they can show you. They can demonstrate their competencies. So what does that mean? If every school now demonstrates that actually students in our parish, in our sub-county can also pass, what does that mean? It means parents are now going to wake up, are now seeing an opportunity, saying, I don't need to take my my child from Buunga to Jinja because I'm looking for a good school where students are passing. I don't have to bring them to Kampala where students are passing. No, even my community school is passing. So what does that do? We are going to slowly see a drop in the skyrocketing fees, because always as an economist I always have to remember, where there is demand, a lot of it, then these people who are manufacturing things have to increase the what? If production is less, supply is limited. Demand and supply factor. Yes, if supply is limited, then demand is going to be high, and it is going to cause a price that is what? Higher. Now, people have been demanding positions in schools that pass, and those positions are not so many. So the school owners just raise the price of that position of vacancy. So this time their demand is going to reduce because kids are going to stay in their communities because they are passing. So then the fees are going to stabilize, or they are going to go lower and lower. So those are the benefits you begin to see with competence-based education or competence-based learning curriculum. So, but for us to realize the full benefits of this curriculum, there is a lot of investment that has to happen. You have to make sure that the teachers are well supported in terms of resources that they need to be able to do the practicals they have to do.
Because the practicals are expensive.
Yes, and also their welfare. Okay, their welfare for a teacher to leave, for him to leave his home, knowing that he has also kids. He must leave them happy, or she must leave them happy to come and take care of other people's what? Children. Other people's children. So government needs to look into that. So we are going to have a success story, I'm telling you. But we need to be able to open up and do the unthinkable in a good way. Pay teachers very well, resource these schools, and there are so many avenues where we can get a lot of money through different savings to put it into this need. So again, to even take it further, we have to complement it with technology.
Yes.
You understand? We have to make sure, because technology will make its implementation cheaper. Right? And you talked about professors. You talked about professors and their preference to stay up there, and then maybe publish things that are supplied all over the internet. But maybe it is even more important for these professors and others who are well-intentioned to start thinking of how we can support the education system. I'll give you an example very, very quickly. Again, sometimes you don't have to wait for government to do something that is right. Okay? So there is something we have started doing, given what we see that the future looks like. You see, we are Victoria University. And it is amazing always to, if you have a proprietor who understands education and who understands what you're doing, and who also is working hard to leave a legacy that touches, that impacts people. You see, Victoria University, we also, I saw footage they were playing, if they can bring it back. There's also Kampala Parent School. You know it. It has been around for a while. Now, we have worked with the proprietor and reached an agreement, requested him as Victoria University that Kampala Parents is huge, has the best facilities in this country. It has a primary school. Can we put a secondary school there? You understand? Yeah, we can have also a secondary school there. And he agreed. So now, we want to demo what we are talking about. So I would have written a paper, and I publish it on internet. But no, we want to do things practically, the competence-based way. Can we demo that actually we can nurture kids from primary school, Kampala Parent School. We take them to the secondary school, Kampala Parents Secondary School. Okay? By next year, you're going to have Kampala Parents Secondary School. Then from there, we bring them to Victoria University. A graduate that has been immersed in tech, in technology, in practice, exposure, solving problems, very innovative. The cycle, primary school, secondary school, you come to a university that has been believing in what you're doing, that has supported the entire process. You heard earlier that Victoria University, we invited Ugandans who were interested to really better themselves with AI skills, and for free. So now we are going to hold, I think to those who actually applied, we are soon calling you for an orientation to start your certification, to understand what is this monster called AI? What can you do with it? So that is coming. But also, we are beginning to take responsible AI education, ethical AI education as an extracurricular for the kids at Kampala parents, those who are like in primary 4, primary 5, primary 6, primary 7, because those kids, a child who is in primary 1 today at Kampala parents, by 2038 they will have finished senior 6, if I'm correct. Yes, I am correct.
Yes, you are.
2039 they will be at Victoria University if they wish. They will be joining university. The one who is in P7 today, 2033 should be joining university. So you have to start looking at the future, and the future is driven by technology. We have a school that has literally everything that can support competence-based education. So now this is a model where if we run it, Kampala Primary School, Kampala Parents Primary School, then Kampala Parents Secondary School, then Victoria University, you're going to see a graduate that honestly is so productive to this country, is so productive to this region, and can fit anywhere in the world because the education they received is simply world class. Because for us, we chose. There is this saying, let me finish with this. There is this thing that people say, every time you tell them what the future looks like and what they can do for that future, they start saying, but Dr. Muganga, we haven't reached there. I don't know where we got that syndrome of looking at ourselves as inferior. No. At Victoria University, we chose to digitize everything, to give our students digital competencies. And today, the employers can testify. So we want now to use one of the best primary schools to make sure that the kids in that very school, Kampala Parent School, have been equipped with learning that matters today. I am hopeful that the government will bring competence-based education in primary school. But also, even if they delayed, the learning that happens with them can continue. But we have to support these kids with extracurricular activities that are not part of the other curriculum, because that is what they need in their life as they are going forward.
Now, Doctor, talking about competency-based curriculum, and of course saying that when we look at the Kampala Parents, Senior Secondary School.
Just to emphasize to Ugandans, currently, you know that we have an education ecosystem. We have Kampala Parent School. We are also beginning Kampala Secondary School, Parents Secondary School. And then there is Victoria University. So in other words, we want to nurture the child right away from primary, secondary. When they come to university, they are already working class.
That I understand, but this is also what I want to ask. Competency-based curriculum, Uganda, we've registered success, we can set out, but it is also a bit expensive. So the schools you're talking about, the universities, at least that I know, that Victoria University is one of the cheapest chartered universities. I've done surveys around, viewer, you can also do so.
That's right.
But when you look at some of the secondary schools, I was listening at the selection, some teachers, when they were given huge numbers of students, they said, but the challenge we have is teaching the way we should teach. we go an extra mile. For example, those projects, a teacher being available, like you talked about, enhancing pay, good pay,
welfare,
that this is something that is in a right direction, the very best. We can have, like you said, the best gift to Uganda's education. But how do we cut costs and yet deliver results?
You have asked me a very, very good question. I want Ugandans to pay attention to this, and they support me on this, but I want also government to listen. Because we've tested it at Victoria University, it works. That's why we can afford to comfortably sit here and say we are the most affordable university, chartered university in this country. You can even stretch it and go to East Africa. Okay? Why have we managed to accomplish that? We have digitized almost every process. Learning is digitized. Teaching is digitized. The library is digitized. The computer lab is digitized. Administration is digitized. So that one helps you cut cost. But also with a huge benefit that while students want to learn, in other situations, other environments, they would get students and sit them down in a room and tell them that, oh, there are computers there, you learn a computer. That's not how they learn. Someone to develop digital competencies. You learn by doing. If parents who are watching this show, or Robert yourself, you'll find that when you have a phone, and you place it down and you have a young child at home, you realize actually these kids know how to use these phones better than you. Yet you have never taken them anywhere for a training session how to use them. That tells you that actually young people are programmed, because they are young, to explore things and they use technology better. So give them a gadget and let them explore. And when I say technology, good people watching this morning, I don't mean social media. You can block all those things because they bring the bad part of kids being bullied, watching really bad stuff. No, I'm not talking about social media. A young child should not be exposed to social media. I'm talking about education technology, using it to solve different problems, to learn difficult tasks, to learn how to innovate, how to create. When a child has that gadget, we learn those things. Block off the other things that are not important. So when I want them to understand, every time I talk about technology in the education setting, I am talking about EdTech, education technology, not social media, right? So once you give them a gadget, these kids teach themselves. They learn by doing. They become perfect. So you cut costs now. This is where I called upon people to really support this in asking government and members of parliament to think through this. Robert, let's if we woke up, this country has a total budget, if we are looking at this financial year, about $21 billion. Okay? Next financial year, we may be more than that. If this government set aside $1 billion US dollars and set up a factory that produces laptops or tablets, you realize that actually that money is enough to produce laptops for all the students in this country. Okay? We have about 15 million learners in this country. If I go by Ministry of Education statistics, about there, 15 million learners. Now, distribute a gadget to all those learners, including the university. Okay? So, but remember, when you're producing that gadget, make sure it is solar powered. Okay? Make sure that you have entered into a contract to get really affordable internet provided maybe by the Earth orbit kind of satellites like Starlink internet, because that one can reach everywhere. You don't need to dig for wires, optic fiber, which is very expensive to reach there. That one, the satellite will be really projecting down, and you have a dish, you have internet anywhere in this country. So once every child has a gadget, and it is powered by solar, so you don't need power because it would be an excuse. The sun is for free. So it means National Curriculum Development Center or Ministry of Education can push textbooks, buy one copy of what is needed, for example, push it on every gadget. So that means instead of buying millions of books to satisfy the school needs, you are buying one copy. Digitally, push it on every gadget. So you will never buy books again. For every secondary school, every primary school, even universities if you want, you will never buy millions of books. Okay? Those are savings, right? You bought one copy. Then remember, every primary school, wherever it is situated, if it is government or even private, it also needs a library building. Primary school or secondary school, a library what? Building. So because you sent a book on a gadget like this, kids now can access it digitally, so you don't need a building in every primary school or secondary school, so you have saved that money. Okay? Also remember, every primary school, every secondary school, every university needs a lab, computer lab. But now students can become the computer lab. They gather with their teacher and they can practice better because they have a gadget. So you don't need the other physical lab. So you have saved money for the building of the lab, you have saved money for those computers. So where do you put all that money that you have saved? Now, you start paying teachers well. And I should also add, if you did us a favor, you removed some levels of assessment that are not important, like PLE. Remove it. It is not important. It is not adding value to the education system.
Why do you say so?
Because you cannot start testing a child who is 12 and 13 to tell them that for you passed, you failed.
But if the others passed and the other failed?
It's the system that is failing, because you and I at 13, do you remember what you are doing?
But
if someone told you that you were a failure at 13, would that have been really fair?
No.
Why?
Because I wasn't.
You are not, because you're young. Things change. You grow, you learn, you develop. So learning is what matters. Where I have run short as a 12-year-old, push me higher a little bit. Let me keep learning. Because other countries are not, they don't have this. Just look at now, look at yourself and myself. Tell me anything. You're wearing your jacket, your shirt, beautiful as they are. Myself, your phone. Do you have anything a Ugandan has made?
Not today.
Didn't you pass PLE?
I did.
Where is your certificate? Has anyone at UBC here ever asked you to produce your UPE certificate, your PLE certificate?
No.
Do you know any colleagues who were told to bring their PLE certificate?
No.
Then why are we doing that? Why, like, we have gotten aggregate falls in this country. You can't even count them, but we can't even create a shirt. When we are about
we do so much.
No, when we are going to create pants or shirts, we are going to buy materials and then we start tailoring. Okay? We can't create a phone. We can't, like, sometimes we really need to wish ourselves very well. We need to love our country and say what is working is working, what is not working is not working. We did not invent something great in a PLE exam. No, the people who gave us with the intention to really ensure that we are so obedient, we are so remembering to be able to do what they ask us to do, they went and they changed their education system. For us, we are here fighting hard to keep it in place, to really put down our Ugandan child. So that level we can remove as
Professor,
well.
time is running. We have about 3 minutes to wind up. But of course, there is so much that we can talk.
But you have seen how we can save money. How we can make education cheap.
Yes.
Affordable.
Affordable, yes.
Yes, by doing, and sometimes, Robert, sometimes we don't have to do what other people have done. We can be the first to do what is important, and other people will copy from us. If we want actually the tenfold growth in this country, we need to do the things that are not common. We need to do different things. We need to think without a box. Okay? Not thinking out of the box because it will be closer to you. Think without it completely and do something real, something different that is going to transform this country. Digitizing this country, it begins with the learners. 0 to 34 years people that we have, the 76%, they learn technology faster. We will be the best in Africa. We will be the go-to place for the world. And that's what we have chosen to do at Victoria University. That's why we are partnering with the Kampala Parent School. That's why we are starting a Kampala Parent Secondary School to make sure at least there is a contribution we can do. We are nurturing Ugandan citizens or people in Uganda that will be role models in what we call a technology-driven economy.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Lawrence Muganga. We've been looking at the wins of the curriculum, that is the competency-based curriculum, of which Professor says it is the best gift that we have had as a country. And of course, mentioned success stories there, like having a number of children pass, and this issue of exorbitant fees because you did have people pass, but also doing justice to the learners, saying you failed, yet you have different competences at different times. Well, we just wish you the best, Professor. We can't wait to see the secondary school. And of course, we see that continuity. But of course, to you, a Ugandan, ensure that your child doesn't just go through school, but they attain education and have their competences.
Tell them this last, that they should bring their people who are going to university, they should come to Victoria University. Those who want to take their children to receive productive primary education, they should go to Kampala Primary School. Next year, you will bring your kids to Kampala Parents Secondary School. So it is Victoria University, it is, let me begin, it is Kampala Parent School, it is Kampala Parents Secondary School, it is Victoria University.
Well, words from the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University, that is something that he couldn't leave behind. I just want to wish you the best of your day and also bring regards to you. I got a message from Gaba Riders Club, where you happen to be the patron of about
my good friends
60 bikers. I said he's a man of many ends here and there, so they send regards to you. I don't want them to slaughter me when I go back to them. I didn't pass on that message. Have the best of your day. Good morning, Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
In a nation hungry for truth,